Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Camp Point Central High School here just on the outskirts of Camp Point, Illinois. Brian Shoemaker for Central Illinois Sports bringing you a big-time broadcast here tonight as the Macomb Bombers have traveled south to take on the Panthers in a matchup of two 20-plus win teams here tonight as we get ready to wrap up the regular season, and it's been an exciting week here so far. We're going to step away for a couple of minutes and tell you about some of the wonderful advertisers that have brought you tonight's contest. When we come back, we'll get you ready for tonight's matchup. It's the Bombers and the Panthers here live on Central Illinois Sports.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
From our trucks to their lunch trays, to your local hospital, to your favorite pub, and to your kitchen table. For more than 60 years, Dot Foods and Dot Transportation have been stocking the shelves of your hometown. Sure, we've grown a lot, but at our core, we're still small-town, family-run businesses that care about our communities and the people who keep us running. Join the Dot family today and be part of something bigger.
At Logan Agri-Service, we consider it a badge of honor to be recognized as one of the larger independent suppliers of crop protection chemicals in the Midwest. We've worked hard for years to provide you with the access to the best herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides from top manufacturers because we know without you, our local farmers, we wouldn't be here. When you have questions, call our local experts to discuss what works best for your fields and your situation, or visit us online at loganag.com. Serving agriculture since 1962.
Prairieland FS is a full-service agricultural supplier dedicated to providing high-quality products and services for the purpose of improving customer profitability. We're known for our customer service in and out of the fields. We are neighbors serving neighbors for over 100 years and promise to provide complete seed and application service to all our customers. Our trained energy specialists, along with our crop specialists, can help you take your business to the next level. Prairieland FS, your leading supplier of choice.
Welcome to Douglas Automotive and Tire, your expert truck and car repair center in Pittsfield, Illinois. We provide full service from oil changes to new tires and everything in between. Contact us today to schedule service. We're located at 303 West Jefferson Street in Pittsfield, Illinois. Call 217-922-0064. That's 217-922-0064. Britton and the gang know cars, and if you need repairs, call Douglas Automotive today for all your repairs.
Welcome you back here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Great Rivers Bank with locations in Pittsfield, Barry, Liberty, and Hannibal. Great Rivers Bank is here to help you with your personal and lending needs. Friendly service and dedicated loan officers can help you through buying a home, opening a business, or making a deposit. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Well, it's two top-tier teams here tonight on Central Illinois Sports. First, we'll tell you about the Camp Point Central Panthers, 22-4 on the season, winners of 8 in a row. They are undefeated at home here this season and looking to keep it that way tonight against the Bombers. Camp Point Central won third place at the Macomb West and played a basketball game Monday at Brown County. They also lost to a very good Lexington team early in the year, lost to Illini Bluffs by 1 point in the Macomb Holiday Tournament, and lost to Route Catholic in the semifinals of the Winchester Invitational Tournament. 3 big wins for this team on the season include 3 wins over the West Hancock Titans. We brought you the last one here on Central Illinois Sports. 2 wins over state-ranked Augusta Southeastern. Other profile wins include a big win at the Pit over Quincy Notre Dame, over a top 1A team program in Madison, and avenging that win to Brown County early in the year. They are the 2 seed in the subsectional that they are in. They will host a Class 1A regional here in just about a week. This is a very talented team, a very well-rounded squad for James Barnett's crew, led by Nick Moore, Isaac Ginnenbacher, and more. This is a team that is not your traditional Camp Point Central squad. They are not a slow-it-down ball game anymore. They like to run. They like to get in transition, and this team can shoot if you let them take the open shots. and it's going to be a fun one here tonight. We're going to step away for a quick couple of moments. When we come back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show, we'll tell you about the Macomb Bombers and get you ready for tonight's big matchup. You're watching it here live on Central Illinois Sports.
Well, my baby does gives me special love. It's the kind of stuff.
Honey, it's your turn.
I'm on cloud nine.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930. Lipcomb Insurance Services realize today's risk. A good risk management plan is a necessity. When you think of fall, what comes to mind besides pumpkins, honey, and football? How about fertilizer? Studies show more than 1/3 of your crop's yield is determined by fertilizer alone. Studies also show as much as 40% potassium and 30% phosphate gets tied up in stalks and residue, as well as high clay content. Nutrient Ag Solutions recommends Titan, which is an innovative fertilizer catalyst designed for use with dry fertilizer blends. Titan will keep nutrients from being tied up and increase fertilizer availability in your crop. Titan is a low-cost option to improve crop fertility. Contact your nutrient crop consultant today.
Welcome you back here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Brian Shoemaker bringing you all the action here tonight from Camp Point Central High School, as the Macomb Bombers have come to town to take on the Camp Point Central Panthers. This Macomb squad is a very, very fun squad to watch. 23-5 here on the season. They are winners of their last 12 games in a row. They are 5-1 on the road tonight as they come into Camp Point Central. Second place at the Bushnell Prairie City Tournament to open up the season. They finished in the 5th place bracket at the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament over Christmas week. Only losses on the season for this team came by the way of West Hancock. That was the season opening game. They lost against Quincy Notre Dame. Scales Mound, who was a last year 1A semifinalist, if you remember, at Champaign, and they are currently ranked in the state in 1A, and they will be a 1 seed in their own subsectional, and a loss to Augusta Southeastern. Profile wins come against Taylor Ridge, Rock Ridge. They did get a win later in the season against West Hancock. They have defeated Peoria Christian, who was a 1 seed in a 1A subsectional. They have defeated Illini Bluffs and Aledo Mercer County. They will be the 3 seed in their own subsectional and will be in the Quincy Notre Dame Regional, which is entirely loaded with a very healthy now Quincy Notre Dame squad and a very slept-on West Hancock team. Whoever gets out of that 2A regional is going to have something to hang their hat on here. Home loan, talk to the guys at Great Rivers Bank with locations in Barry, Pittsfield, Liberty, and Hannibal, serving the entire region and beyond. And hey, check out that online loan application tool at greatriversbank.bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. We'll step away.
Once or twice a year, I might get the cold or a flu, and my wife calls it the man flu. So you know what that is.
Yeah.
What do I love about our team? We have a good chemistry. We all work together.
I mean, come on. I've got the best job in the world. Sometimes they say, oh, I like to do handstands.
Yeah, I taught Brian how to do the handstand. That's all right.
And every day, I mean, it's a fun day.
Yeah, it definitely makes me proud to be here.
Trucks LLC will be located this fall in the new building at 14 East Industrial Park Drive in Pittsfield. Call 217-922-0044. Diesel repair service offering 24-hour roadside repair, mobile service units, semi-truck and trailers, farm and ag equipment, DOT inspections, hydraulic hose repair, anything diesel, we can come to you along the road in the field or at your shop. It's Trucks. Call 217-922-0044. That's 217-922-0044.
You may kiss the bride.
We were a small part of your big day. We were couchside with you for the big game.
Hey, everybody, look at me! I'm Superman!
Why does that cape look like my bed sheet?
And yeah, we might take partial blame for that day.
Getting ready for the big game? Stop it to the Liquor Booth on Broadway or 12th and Locust. We have the biggest walk-in cooler in town. Visit liquorboothquincy.com.
Yeah, I'm at Farm and Home for essentials.
Did you find everything you need?
No, apparently not. Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about.
No other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply.
Welcome you back here on Central Illinois Sports as we get you ready for high school basketball action here tonight. From Camp Point Central High School, it's Macomb taking on Camp Point Central. It's time for starting lineups here tonight, brought to you by Farm and Home Supply. From snacks and hoodies to power tools and lawn chairs, no other place has it all like your local Farm and Home Supply. Starting lineup for the Macomb Bombers, 23-5 on the season, 4-0 in the Prairie Land Conference. Jeremy Anderson, the head coach, along with Brian Langworthy and Zach Keene. Their starting five looks like this. At one forward, a 6'6 junior, number 0 is Ian Case. At a guard, a 5'11 senior is number 1, Connor Watson. At forward, a 6'2 senior, number 13 is Langdon Allen. At another forward, a 6-foot senior, number 20 is Nolan Kerr. And at forward, a 6'2 senior, number 24 is Jack Duncan. It'll be Case, Watson, Allen, Kerr, and Duncan for the 23-5 Macomb Bombers. Starting lineup here tonight for the Camp Point Central Panthers, 22-4 on the season, 9-0 in the West Central Conference. James Barnett, the head coach. Hunter Stockton in a nice outfit tonight as the Panthers come out to their home crowd. Starting lineup tonight at guard, a 6-foot junior is number 3, Nick Moore. At one guard, a 5'8 junior, number 24 is Drew Haben. At one forward, the 5'11 seniors, the sharpshooting number 4, Briar Wiskirken, one of the only players who did not play football on this Camp Point Central team that made it all the way to the state championship. On the inside, the talented forward is the 6'2 senior, number 32, Isaac Gendenbacher. And rounding out the top 5 is the 6'4 forward senior, number 44, Carter Eiler. It's Moore, Wiskirken, Gendenbacher, Haben, and Eiler for the 22-4 Camp Point Central Panthers. My name is Brian Shoemaker. Gavin Hilgenbrink running things on the camera here tonight. We apologize. We had a few technical issues a little earlier here. If you've been dropping some frames or thought, what's going on over there? I think we've got it figured out. So settle in, get ready to go for a fun night of basketball here at Camp Point. Duncan will line up in the center circle along with Gendenbacher for Camp Point. A nice crowd here on hand. Lots of students in effect here for both schools as we get tipped off and we get ready to go. Camp Point Central will win the basketball tip, and it's going to be Haben now with the basketball here, guarded out front by Connor Watson. Man-to-man look for the Bombers to start things off as they get it to Gendenbacher off the pick, back to Haben. Lob into Gendenbacher, no good, stolen away. That's a turnover on Central, their first of the basketball game. Macomb will get a crack at it now. Here comes JT Jeter. Down through the lane, gets it back up to Watson, top of the key over on the right side to Kerr. Now down to Duncan, works a couple of dribbles at the top of the key. He had nothing. Now back up to Watson. Dribble drive, nothing there. Macomb being very patient here. Just about 1 minute into the first quarter here. Now back to the left side. This is Duncan with it. Now gets it down to Jeter. Jeter trying to drive around Haben. Gets up in with the right hand is good. Count 2 for Jeter. And that's the first 2 points of the basketball game. They go to the way of Macomb. Central with it now. This is Wiskirken. Back up top to Moore. Takes a few dribbles as now they try to get reset in a 1-4 look. Haben with it on the right side. Back up to Gendenbacher. Top of the key. Pulls up at the left elbow. Nothing there. They get it back to Moore. Gendenbacher stops and pops from the free throw line. In, and it's good for Gendenbacher. Give him 2, and we're tied up. It's our first foul 2 of the ball game. 2-2 here. 6:39 left to go in the first quarter on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. This Macomb team is just about as big as Camp Point Central is, and that's saying something. The Panthers are big, they're strong, and they're fast. Backdoor cut from Watson wasn't there. Now they get it down into Duncan. His shot no good, goes down to Genenbacher. He quickly pushes it down to Wiskirk, and now they get it lobbed into Eiler. Pump fake and good for Carter Eiler. Counted for 2, and the Panthers are on top. It's a 4-2 lead on the bucket from Carter Eiler. Macomb Bombers bring it back across the time stripe. This is Connor Watson, the 5'11 senior. Dribbling out against Pabin, now gets it back up to Duncan, top of the key. They'll work around to the left side. Flashing back up high as Nolan Kerr wasn't there for him. And now they get the basketball back into Duncan. 2 more for Duncan, and we're tied again at 4-4. Pabin with the basketball, driving into the lane. Nice move up with the left hand for Pabin, no good. He collides, and he hits his head off the bleachers. Wiskirken's going to pull up on the left side, no good. Rebound comes down to Watson. Wiskirken hit his head off the back there, and the bleachers as he tumbled in on that layup drive. Back to the top of the key, working around to the left side now. This is Watson with the basketball, kicks it back up to Duncan, top of the key. They quickly work it back over to the right. 3 ball on the way from Connor Watson is good, just in front of the volleyball line. It's a 3 ball for Connor Watson. Macomb's got the lead, 7-4. 5:04 left to go here in the opening frame. Wiskirken with the basketball, picks it up at the left wing, back up to Genenbacher, top of the key. Eiler wasn't there on that time on the curl pick. Now back to Moore, up to Genenbacher. He'll take a 3 ball, top of the key, no good. Rebound comes down to the hands of Langdon Allen. Allen pushing now down across the time stripe. Duncan with the basketball, flashing across his Kerr. Nothing there in the middle of the lane. They'll work to the left side. 4:38 left to go in the opening period. Now back over to the right side. This is Allen. Takes a couple of dribbles, stops up at the free throw line. The Bombers will reset. Here comes Watson driving into the lane. Spin move, nothing there. Now they get it back up to Duncan. Up and in with the right hand. Duncan's got 4. It's a 9-4 lead here for the Macomb Bombers. Duncan now with 4 points. Moore with the basketball on the right side. He drives into the lane. Up with the right hand, no good. He'll get fouled, though, and he's going to go to the free throw line for 2. Foul's going to go against number 20. That'll be Nolan Kerr. It's going to be his first personal. Team first against the Bombers. Moore will be at the free throw line shooting 2 tonight. His first attempts at the charity stripe tonight. First one's up, in and out, no good. We remind you about Illini Community Hospital, serving the community since 1942 with excellent healthcare services, primary and specialty care, emergency medicine, and more. Illini is here to serve you and your family. See them at IlliniHospital.org. Second free throw is up and good for Moore. His first point of the night, make it a 9-5 ball game. Here with 4:05 left to go in the first quarter. Checking in for Macomb during the last break was Dion Doyle, a 6'6 forward. He's a big cat, and he's got the basketball right now against Carter Eiler on the baseline. Dishes it off now. Nice move into Allen. Shot up, no good. Rebound comes back down to the way of Bombers. Second shot, no good, and Wiskirken comes down with it. He'll push the tempo now. Down to the right side, back into Moore in the corner. Takes the pick from Eiler, stops at the free throw line. This is Genenbacher. Now out to Wiskirken. 3 ball on the way from Wiskirken's good. Briar Wiskirken knocks it down. It's an 8-9 ball game. Back and forth action here tonight at Camp Point Central. 3:28 left to go in the opening frame. Watson with the basketball. Takes the pick, and they say that'll be a moving screen, and that foul is going to go against Dion Doyle. That's going to be Doyle's first, team second of the half for Macomb. It'll be a turnover on the Bombers, their first of the basketball game. Pabin will slowly take the ball across the time stripe as he gets direction from James Barnett. 3:15 left to go here in the first. This is Moore with it. Back up to Eiler, top of the key. Takes it over to the left side. Wiskirken drives baseline. Cross-court pass over to Pabin from 10 feet. Bounces around, no good. Comes down into the hands of Doyle. Watson with the basketball into the corner now. Gets it up to J.T. Jeter. That's a heck of a name. That's a fun name to say. J.T. Jeter. Doyle with it. Gets it back up to Watson. The Bombers will reset. 2:47 left to go here in the first quarter. Driving, running layup from Jeter is no good. A little bit out of control, and Eiler comes down with the rebound. Gets it to Wiskirken. Pabin with the basketball, trying to find Genenbacher. Nothing there, and he'll keep it a couple of extra dribbles. Now they get it and work it around to the left side. This is Wiskirken. Guarded out by Allen. Eiler takes the curl screen. Nothing there as they try to work the basketball into the post. Now they get it up to Moore. 3-ball, top of the key for Nick Moore is good. And the Panthers take the lead. It's 11-9 as Nick Moore knocks it down. Give him 4 on the night. Back with the basketball. This is Allen. They work it over to the left side. Now down into the left corner. It's JT Jeter. Back up to Watson. He'll take another 3-ball. Long range shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Eiler. 2 minutes to go left here in the first as Paben's got it. Back over now, Moore. Dribble drives through double traffic. Up with the right hand. The athletic shot's up and good for Nick Moore. Give him 2 more. It's 13-9 as Nick Moore now has 6 points on the evening. Jeremy Anderson barks out some directions down the court, down to his Macomb Bombers. They've got a minute and a half left here in the first period. They trail by 4. Watson with the basketball. He'll pull it out, guarded by Carter Eiler. That's a big man for Eiler, but he can play backcourt defense. Don't be fooled. They work the ball now down inside. This is Allen up with the right hand off the glass. Is good for Langdon Allen. It's a 13-11 ball game as Langdon Allen gets his first 2 points of the basketball game. Genenbacher with the ball. Tries to get it rid of it more. Now they get it back up to Eiler, top of the key. 1:08 left to go in the opening frame. Almost tipped away and stolen, but it goes out of bounds instead. It'll remain Camp Point Central basketball. Gavin Blewett will get his first look in the night for the Panthers. Number 21, the 6-foot forward, the junior. Duncan will check back in for the Bombers. 1:05 left to go here in the opening frame. It's been a fun one so far. It's 13-11 Panthers on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Paben with the basketball, takes a look over, now gets it to Genenbacher. This is Blewett trying to set the screen. Genenbacher goes his own way down the left side, up with a hand off the glass, no good. Tipped out of the way by Duncan. And that'll remain Camp Point Central ball with 46 seconds left to go. This Panthers squad is fun to watch. They've been a lot of fun to watch all year. We've got to see them a bunch here on Central Illinois Sports. 40 seconds left to go here as Moore dribbles around the volleyball line over to Wiskirchen. Blewett pops out high on the top of the key. Nothing there, but now he'll get the basketball, and they work it around to the left side. Paben gets bumped by Watson, and they say that'll be an offensive foul on the moving screen. Instead, it's going to be Blewett picking up the foul. That'll be his first personal foul, second turnover of the game against Camp Point Central. Their first team foul of the half. 33 seconds left to go. Watson will walk it up across the time stripe with Paben guarding it. Panthers try to jump a double trap. Wiskirchen almost gets it and tips it out of bounds. It'll remain Macomb basketball. 25 seconds left to go as they'll take it out in front of the Panther bench. Pep Band is here tonight. A big crowd here tonight. 2 top 20 teams. 2 20-plus win teams is the better way to say it. Watson will take the volleyball back at the top Panthers' head. 20 seconds left to go in the quarter. Over on the left side, that was Kerr. Now they get it back up to the top of the key. Taking the dribble in is Doyle up. Nice move by Dion Doyle. He'll tie the basketball game as he gets a bucket. 2 points for Dion Doyle, and we're tied at 13. 3 seconds left to go in the quarter. It's going to go out of bounds, and they say that'll go off the hands of Paben. That'll be a turnover for the Panthers, their third. 1.5 seconds left. Macomb's got to take a long drive here if they're going to try and make something happen. We'll see how far they can get it down the court. They get it to Watson. He's got a half-court shot at the buzzer. Off the top of the glass is no good. Your score after 1 quarter, we are tied. It's Macomb 13, Camp Point Central 13. We'll be back with second quarter play-by-play here in 60 seconds.
Hey guys, it's James and Todd coming at you from Jersey's here. Hey, and it is a beautiful day outside.
Catch all the action at Jersey's in Camp Point. Fresh, made-to-order sandwiches, wraps, horseshoes. Check out our brisket bacon burger, our Nashville hot chicken. Fried chicken every Thursday night. Enjoy an afternoon on the patio or catch a game on one of our 7 TVs. Every Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
Todd, you got some beers for us?
Hey, you know what? It's time for that segment.
We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer, unmatched craft selection, and signature drinks. Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, your hometown sports bar.
Getting ready for live action here as we enter the second quarter. We're tied 13-13. We want to say hi to everybody in Jersey's watching tonight. Hope you guys are enjoying the game with a nice cold drink and maybe something to eat. And hey, get a big steak tonight and put it on Jack Hull's tab. Eiler checks back in for the Panthers during the timeout break. No substitutions on the way for Macomb. It's going to be Bombers basketball here as we start the second period. An up and down game so far. A little bit more defensive pressure maybe than the Panthers are used to sometimes. We'll see how they adjust here in the second frame as they get the ball now down to Allen on the right side. Back up to Duncan near the volleyball line. He's guarded again by Pabin. Panthers still in the man-to-man look. Panthers faithful chanting the old D up chant. Not my favorite, but hey, the kids seem to love it. Now they get it to Duncan. Free throw line. Fake up. Nice try to dish it underneath. The ball will go out of bounds, though, as he tried to get it to Case. Case wasn't ready for the pass. Duncan might have been better served to just go up with the shot. Watson will be the inbound man. Gets it to Case in the corner. Now to Duncan as they try to work it across. Genenbacher breaks that up. Panthers are very good at getting their hands in the passing lanes and getting it almost picked out of your pocket. With the basketball now is Langdon Allen. Couple of dribbles back over now to Jeter on the left side. They work it around. Jeter now flashing on the baseline. Nothing there. They'll get it to Duncan, top of the key. Now back to Allen on the left side. 7:10 left to go here in the second period. Cross-court pass over to Jeter. Looking for a man. He finds Case. Case can't handle it, and it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a turnover on Macomb. It's going to be their second of the contest as Jeter was able to find Case, but he just wasn't ready. That's the second pass now that Case has not been ready to handle, and this one results in a turnover. 6:58 left to go as the Panthers will get the basketball back. We're still tied at 13. Working over now, Genenbacher tries to find Blewett in the post. Nothing there as he's guarded by Jeter. Pabin with it now, tries to get a pick from Eiler on the left side. He's got a count against him. He had to get rid of it. Blewett with the basketball, trying to work inside against Jeter. Picks it up at the short corner, throws it away, and that's going to be a turnover on Camp Point Central. That'll be their fourth of the contest. As James Barnett says, slow it down just a hair, fellas. Macomb getting some nice pressure in the passing lanes, able to shut off some things that the Panthers usually like to do. I want to remind you, Jack, John, and Charlie are on the call over at Voschel Gymnasium as Pittsfield is taking on the Western Wildcats tonight in a Friday night affair. The Sockies are streaking as now they try to get it into Case again. It goes off his hands. Second time that's happened tonight. Third turnover against Macomb. Doyle's going to check back in. He'll sit Case down. And they're going to have a timeout on the floor, and we'll take it too. James Barnett needs 30 seconds to talk it with the Panthers. We'll take it too. We'll be back. We're 13 on Central Illinois Sports.
Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 Westwood, Camp Point, Illinois.
Camp Point Central takes the timeout. They've got the basketball. Game tied here at 13. 6:20 left to go in the first half. You're watching it live on Central Illinois Sports. Wiskirchen flashes up through the middle of the lane, gets tipped out of bounds off of Allen's hands first, then Wiskirchen still tried to get it. It'll be a turnover on the Panthers. That's going to be their fifth. Moore checks back into the basketball game for the Panthers. Nolan Kerr checks back in. He'll sit down Langdon Allen. Two teams trading turnovers. These are two teams that defensively do not give up a ton of points in the games. Both defenses usually hold their opponents to about 40 points. Gets the ball down into Doyle now. He has to get rid of it. He got bumped. It's going to be a turnover on Macomb. That'll be their fourth. Pabin with the basketball. Over to Moore on the right side. Three ball from Nick Moore. In and out. No good. Eiler gets the rebound, though. He'll put it up and in. Carter Eiler knocks one down for 2 points. And that's going to give Central the lead here. 15-13. 4 points on the night for Carter Eiler. Doyle with the basketball now on the right side. Tries to work into the lane against Eiler. Up with a shot from 8 feet. No good. Eiler comes down with the rebound. Here come the Panthers looking to push. Genenbacher with it. Back in the Panthers will reset as they get the basketball to Pabin near the Panther head. 5:16 left to go here in the second period. Wiskirchen with the basketball. Eiler and Moore. Moore flashes up high to the top of the key. Guarded by Jeter. Genenbacher stops and pops from the three land. No good. Eiler gets it tipped out of his hands, and now it comes down to Duncan. Bombers looking to run. This is Kerr. Kerr up and in with it. Nolan Kerr gets it. We're tied at 2. 15-15. Nolan Kerr with his first bucket of the basketball game. Pavin with the basketball now. He'll try and drive into the free throw line. Nothing there as they get it to Wiskirchen. Cross-court pass to Moore, 4.5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Panthers all around the perimeter right now, something they're not used to doing. Tried to get it Eiler on the backdoor cut. Nothing was there as they work it back to the left side. Nick Moore with it. Fakes on the pick from Genenbacher. He'll stop and pop on the fade away from 10. Nothing there. Genenbacher gets the rebound. He can't put it down. Still a loose ball, and now Nick Moore's trying to fight for it. But he'll step out of bounds. It'll be Macomb basketball. Griggsville Perry defeated Payson 64-46 tonight. Wyatt Lipkeman with 39 points for the Tornadoes. As GP's been on a little bit of a slide, they're trying to get things going before they get into the postseason. You'll see them over at the Payson-Seymour Regional. Will be carrying that on Central Illinois Sports. Duncan with the basketball now. He's got to get rid of it as he was guarded by Pavin. Now gets it back over to Watson. Back down to Duncan. Tries to go baseline against Eiler. Tries to fake. Nothing there. He's caught in no man's land. Gets it back out top of the key to Watson. 3 ball from the left wing. No good. And it'll go over the backboard. It'll be a Camp Point Central basketball. 3:53 left to go. We're tied at 15. This has been a fun one so far. Steve Einiger here from Muddy River Sports, covering the game tonight. Justice Keene from the Bomber Sports Network to my left here, broadcasting as well. We've got some TV crews down on the floor. Not sure which one they're from, but check out the highlights tonight on either 7 or 10. Moore dribbles with the basketball now. He loses it. Jeter's a nice little defender. Genenbacher with the basketball, guarded by Duncan. 3.5 minutes to go. Genenbacher drives in with the right hand, and they say that'll be a foul on the floor against Macomb. We'll see who it gets called on. Be the 3rd foul against the Bombers. Foul's going to go against number 24. That'll be Jack Duncan's first, team number 3 against the Bombers. Eiler with the basketball. We are nearing the end of the first half. We've only had 4 total fouls called in the game. Nothing like a clean ball game. Genenbacher with the basketball now, working around the top of the key. Tries to drive in left side of the lane, gets stripped away from Jeter. Here comes Jeter on the run. Jeter up with the right hand. No good. Doyle tries to fight for the rebound, and Genenbacher gets his hands in on it. And they say that'll be a jump ball. Possession will go to the way of Camp Point Central. 6 turnovers so far in the first half for Camp Point. It feels like a lot, though. This is a team that we don't see turn the ball over that often. Genenbacher with the basketball. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll break down everything for you coming up on the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Eagle halftime show. Eiler with the basketball. Short corner, has to work it back up to Moore. He'll drive into the middle of the lane, kicks it out. Wiskirchen. 3 ball from the left corner is up and good. Briar Wiskirchen gives the Panthers a lead. Once again, give him now 6 points on the night on 2 triples. 2:40 left to go. Basketball now down into the corner. This is Watson. Doyle comes up with the pick. He's a big athlete, is Dion Doyle, trying to get it in the post against Nick Moore. They work it now into the corner. This is Doyle. Takes the dribble, kicks it back out top of the key. Watson, he'll try another 3 ball. Doesn't find anything except the floor, and it'll go out of bounds and be a Camp Point Central basketball. Blewett will check back into the basketball game for Camp Point. He'll sit down Carter Eiler. Langdon Allen will come back in for the Bombers, and he'll sit Doyle down. Panthers get the basketball. 2 minutes left to go here on senior night at Camp Point Central High School as Pabin's got it. Takes a couple of dribbles. Now Genenbacher works on the weave, almost loses it and picks it back up, and the Panthers will try to reset here. Still man-to-man look from the Bombers. Genenbacher drives in, stops at the free throw line, kicks it back over to Wiskirchen. Blewett now in the short corner. Moore over on the left wing as Pavin dribbles the basketball. Now Moore's got it guarded by Jeter. This has been a fun little matchup on the first half defensively. Pavin drives into the lane, stops and pops from about 8, no good, and Duncan comes down with the rebound. No, he doesn't. He gets tipped away, but Watson still able to come up with it for Macomb. Dribbles through now. They've got it, works it back up, and Macomb will reset the offense. 1.5 minutes left to go here in the second period. Duncan on a nice little dish from Watson. He can't convert, though. Rebound comes down to Kerr. Watson should have probably got that one in for the Bombers, and it just fell a little bit short. They work it back over. This is JT Jeter. Now to Watson. He'll try and drive away. Now it gets stripped away from Genenbacher. Genenbacher trying to go coast to coast with it. Can't get it. Blewett flies up with the rebound. Nobody's got a hand on it. 5th turnover for the Bombers. They get the basketball back as now Genenbacher gets his hand caught in the cookie jar that time. 2nd foul of the half against Camp Point Central. For Genenbacher, that's just going to be his 1st foul of the ball game. 58 seconds left to go here. We're 18-15 ball move for Kerr, but that wasn't going to work. There's going to be a travel violation. It'll be out of bounds. Bombers. Turnover for Macomb is going to be their 6th of the half. 44 seconds left to go here on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. It's a 18-15 basketball game. Macomb will get the basketball to start the 2nd half, barring a tie-up or a change in possession. Pavin with the basketball.
The road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
Wisconsin. Wisconsin. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville with locations. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people, best systems builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full sector offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate, or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today.
Welcome you back here to the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram halftime show. Little Jess in Quincy, Illinois, the place to go when you're looking for your next vehicle. Their staff is committed to making the car buying process simple and making sure each customer's needs are satisfied. Learn more at littlejessmotor.com or stop by and see them at 3431 Main Street in Quincy. Folks, we know we're having a little bit of internet connectivity. We apologize. We're not sure. We usually have some great connection here at Camp Point Central High School. We're trying our best to work through it, and we appreciate your patience as we try to get through it. Halftime stat. It's a 20-15 ball game here in the Little Jess halftime show. We're going to step away for a few minutes break. We'll try to get some things sorted out on our side. When we come back, it'll be 2nd half action between Camp Point and Macomb. You're watching it all live here on Central Illinois Sports.
In Pittsfield, you can expect to find a safe, charming, livable community that affords its residents a tremendous quality of life. Listed on the National Register of Historic Places, Pittsfield boasts many historic homes and buildings that hark of a different era, each with a fascinating story to tell. Take a drive through our neighborhoods, and you'll get a glimpse of true Midwestern charm. Historic neighborhoods with well-maintained, architecturally diverse homes on quiet tree-lined streets. Safe, walkable, and convenient neighborhoods close to historic downtown Pittsfield. And new subdivisions like Panther Creek offer plenty of beautiful homes. The median price of a home in Pittsfield is $115,000. With such affordable prices and property taxes that are half the national average, it's easy to see why Pittsfield would be a good choice to locate. Pittsfield's Penstone Municipal Airport offers opportunities for small jet services. Pittsfield offers the perfect blend of big city amenities and small town charm. There's a home waiting for you here.
Illini Community Hospital is committed to providing high-quality specialty care close to home. We are pleased to welcome Dr. William Severino, urologist, and Dr. Mark Mount, ear, nose, and throat physician to the consulting physician clinic team at the Castile Center. Specialty care is also provided for orthopedics, cardiology, podiatry, obstetrics,
year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852. Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
Welcome you back here on the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram halftime show. LittleJessMotor.com. Stop by and see them online, or hey, visit them in person. They'd love to show you around some of their newest vehicles on the lot at 3431 Main Street in Quincy. It is a 20-15 lead for the Camp Point Central Panthers over the Macomb Bombers. Triopia leads Greenfield Northwestern 22-15 at halftime. At also halftime, New Berlin leads Riverton 23-8. The Pretzels only allowed 3 field goals in the first half. That New Berlin defense is awfully tough, and some teams around this area are going to have to navigate through it if they are going to make it through to the sectionals in Calhoun. New Berlin will be the first seed at the Payson Regional. And on the opposite side, Jacksonville Route, the state-ranked Rockets, will be the top seed over at their own regional at the Route Dome. Camp Point Central will host their own regional. They will feed, though, into the the Bushnell Prairie City sectional. Augusta Southeastern will be the second seed here at Camp Point Central, excuse me. We get ready. We'll take a quick 30-second break. When we come back, it's second half action here live. It's the Panthers and Bombers live on Central Illinois Sports.
United Community Bank has been serving our community in banking since 1973 and is a proud member of the Pittsfield Strong United community. UCB brings you the latest banking technology, security, and convenience you expect, delivered with friendly local service you deserve from your community bank. UCB invites you to stop in for a visit at number 1 Professional Plaza in Pittsfield, or you can find them online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank, the leader of community banking, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Sign up for a Saki Rewards debit card.
Back to live action here as we wrap up the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram halftime show. It's time for second half action here on Central Illinois Sports. It'll be Macomb basketball here to open up things in the third. Basketball now goes down over. This is Kerr with it as he picks it up back at the volleyball line and gets closed in by Pabin. Jeter now with the basketball, kicks it back over Watson. Quick passing here by the Bombers to start things off in the third. Almost thought about the cross-court pass, opted out on it. Now they get it back to Kerr on the left side. This is Duncan in the short corner. Almost gets double-teamed, and he's got to get rid of it. Nice dunk under the Duncan on a nice nifty pass from Langdon Allen. And the Bombers open things up quickly with 2 points. It's a 20-17 ball game as Duncan picks up 2 more, give him 6 points on the evening. Back with the basketball now is Camp Point. We're in the opening minute of the third quarter. Eiler with the basketball. Top of the key over on the left side now to Pabin. He tries to weave around, goes on the left side, back to Eiler. This is a stingy Macomb Bombers defense. Wiskirchen drives baseline, gets open now, tried to get it to Eiler. It gets picked back up, though, by Genenbacher as they avoid the turnover. With the basketball is Genenbacher. Back over to Pabin. He'll drive into the lane. Nothing there. Pulls it back out. Wiskirchen weaves through this time. Tries to find Eiler on the short corner. Dandy dime from Wiskirchen, and Carter Eiler will pick up the 2 points. It's a 22-17 ball game as Carter Eiler's got 6 points on the evening. Watson with the basketball. Takes it across into the Bombers' offensive half of the court. Jeter with it. Tries to find Duncan now. Backdoor cut. Nothing there, and he'll try to weave around Genenbacher. Can't get anything there that time. Langdon now with the basketball, and they'll get foul as they say Pabin caught him with the body. For Pabin, that'll be his first personal, first of the half. And a game that has been pretty clean in terms of whistles. We have not seen a lot of fouls called, just 3 in the first half for Macomb and just 2 in the first half for Central. With the basketball now is Jeter. Works it back over to Langdon Allen. Is now get tipped away from Genenbacher. Genenbacher gets the steal. He's going to go in up with the right hand and good. Genenbacher with the larceny in the layup. It's a 24-17 lead for Central on the 7th turnover of the game for Macomb. Give Genenbacher 4 points on the night. Langdon Allen with the basketball. Now gets it Duncan top of the key as they work it around the left side to Watson. Still a man-to-man look here for the Panthers. Langdon Allen drives in, runner with the right hand, and they say that'll be an offensive foul as Pabin's able to get position and takes the charge. For Allen, it'll be his first personal, first of the half against Macomb, and the Bombers want to talk it over. We'll take the timeout too. It's Camp Point Central 24, Macomb 17. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you.
Panthers on a little bit of a run here. They've opened up a 7-point lead with 5:50 left to go here in the third quarter. Jeremy Anderson and company took a timeout to talk about it, and they'll have to close out here on the defensive side as Pabin's going to walk it across the time stripe. Macomb comes out in an extended man-to-man. Wiskirchen now with the basketball as Moore tries to pop around the curl screen, nothing there. Now they try to get it to Eiler inside. Can't get it there either as he's guarded by Duncan. Moore thought about it, pulls up now from 12 feet on the left wing, nothing there. Genenbacher tried to fight for the rebound. It comes down into the hands of Watson. Here comes Macomb on the run. Gets it down into Langdon Allen, almost blocked by Wiskirchen, gets tipped away though, and now Eiler comes down with it. Watson comes in to fly in, thought it was going to be off of Pabin's knee, but they say it'll be off of Watson instead, and it'll be Camp Point Central basketball. Doyle will check into the basketball game for the Bombers. He'll sit down Langdon Allen. 5:20 left to go. It's a 24-17 lead for the Camp Point Central Panthers here on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Wiskirchen with the basketball, tries to work it around. He's at the volleyball line, drives left side of the lane, stops from 12 feet, nothing there. They work it around to the right side. Moore now guarded by Kerr. This is Pabin. Genenbacher now kicks it back over. Moore on the left side. Thought about the pull-up jumper from the free throw line, but Genenbacher will take it. He can't find anything on the three-point try, but Eiler will get it back. Carter Eiler gets the rebound and the putback. It's a 26-17 lead is now Carter Eiler. Give him 8 points on the night. The big man having a big night here so far for the Camp Point Central Panthers, and that's what they need tonight. Kerr with the basketball, drives in, runs off from about 6 feet. Up and off the glass is good for Nolan Kerr. It's a 26-19 game as Kerr gets his 4th points of the evening. Camp Point back on the attack now. Wiskirchen on the left side. Here comes Moore, top of the key. They almost bump into each other, and they gives it up to Nick Moore. The talented Nick Moore. We've seen this kid shoot the lights out in this gym before. Wiskirchen now guarded by Jeter down in the left corner. Panthers overloaded on the right side as Genenbacher goes one-on-one. Kicks it out to Wiskirchen. Heck of a fake from Wiskirchen. Pulls back for the three, but no good. And Genenbacher comes back with a rebound. Second chance here for the Panthers. Pabin goes up with it on the right side three. Back at the glass and the iron, no good. Duncan will come back with it. Watson dribbled right around the time stripe. They thought he might have hit it and been a backcourt violation, but the officials say play on. Dion Doyle back in. He'll sit down Carter Eiler. 2:54 on the left side. Goes up and under with the acrobatic shot. Does Nick Moore give him 2 on the night? It's a 30-21 game on the dandy play by Nick Moore. He's got 8 points on the evening. 30-21 ball game. Biggest lead of the night here for Camp Point Central. Comes at 2:25 left to go in the third. Doyle with it now at the volleyball line. They get it back into the big man. He almost loses the handle on it. Guarded by Blewett. Goes up now. Dishes now into underhand to Case. Case loses it again. Here comes Wiskirchen in transition. Wiskirchen up off the rim. No good. And they miss on a chance to capitalize there on the Bombers' 8th turnover. They get the 9th one, though. Now as Genenbacher gets it. Now they get it to Moore. Moore up and under with the right hand and good. Nick Moore on the turnover and the bucket. And it's a 32-21 lead as Macomb will talk it over. We're going to take the timeout. You get yourself a quick break.
Before the TAVR, I was very active, worked out at the Croc Center. I would say less than a week. Well, of course, Amy tells me I couldn't do squats. She even wrote it in my discharge paper. Great big, sandy, no squats. So I did a couple. Oh my word. Don't tell her.
Today, and be part of something bigger. Today, and be part of something bigger.
Back to live action as Macomb took the timeout. We were on a run by the Panthers. It's a 32-21 ball game. Camp Point with the lead. 1:47 left to go here in the third. It's been a fun one so far on Central Illinois Sports. Case with the basketball, works it over to Watson as Jeter flew on the baseline. Nothing there. Now they get into Case, dishes it into Doyle. A nice little give-and-go play for Dion Doyle as he'll put it in for two. It's a 32-23 ball game as Dion Doyle now has 6 points for the Bombers. Pavin drives into the lane, goes up with the right hand off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down to the way of Blewett, and they say that's going to be a push on Blewett, and it'll be a turnover on the Panthers. For Blewett, that's going to be his second personal foul, team second of the half for Camp Point Central. Blewett got caught in between about three guys. James Barnett asking if he's the only guy down there, how is he the one that pushed off in a sea of three black jerseys? But that's the official's call. With the basketball now is Watson, works it over on the right side. Now this is Kerr. Kerr thought about passing it over down to Duncan in the corner, but instead they get it back to Jeter. They'll work it to the right side. This is Doyle. He's quick, he's big, he's tall. He goes up, free throw line jumper, bounces around and goes down for Dion Doyle. He's got 8 points on the evening. It's a 32-25 basketball game as Macomb looking to quickly close what was an 11-point deficit. Moore with the basketball, picks it up at the free throw line. Genenbacher will stop and pop just inside the top of the key. 2 points is good for Isaac Genenbacher. 34-25 lead as Genenbacher's got 8 points now in the game. Back over now, this is Jeter, top of the key now to Duncan as they work it over to the left side. Jeter flashing on the baseline, nothing there. Watson wants it at the top of the key. Duncan on the inside, Doyle over on the right side as we've got 25 seconds left to go here in the third. Trying to get into the big man Doyle. He's guarded up by Genenbacher. Jeter, now they do. 15 seconds left to go. Tries to go baseline, nothing there. Spin move to get it to Doyle. And now Duncan with the back.
Fried chicken every Thursday night. Enjoy an afternoon on the patio or catch a game on one of our 7 TVs. Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
Todd, you got some beers for us?
Hey, you know what? It's time for that segment.
We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer, unmatched craft selection, and signature drinks. Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, your hometown sports bar.
Welcome you back here to Central Illinois Sports live from Camp Point Central High School as Camp Point has a 34-25 lead over the Macomb Bombers. Camp Point Central 22-4 coming into the ball game. Macomb 23-5. Camp Point Central looking to stay undefeated at home here tonight. It'll be Camp Point Central basketball to start the final frame here as Wiskirchen will be the inbounds man. Bombers have won 12 in a row. They're trying to keep that streak going to a baker's dozen tonight. They've got to overcome a deficit to get there. With the basketball now is Genenbacher. Shags off the pick from Blewett, goes down to the left side. Stops and pops from 15 off the back of the rim, no good. Pulled down by Duncan, and here comes Macomb. Watson with the basketball. Tries to work it down the right side against Pavin. Duncan at the volleyball line over to Jeter. Now they try to work it back into the big man Doyle, and instead it gets kicked off of Bacher. Blewett in the middle of the lane. Moore and Wiskirchen over on the right side. With the basketball now, Wiskirchen. He's got a few triples on the night as he gets it to Genenbacher. Drives baseline, stops right under the rim and good. Isaac Genenbacher knocks it down for 2 more, and it's going to be a sit-down Dion Doyle. Folks, we're trying to work through our internet issues as best we can tonight, something we just don't normally deal with here at Camp Point. We apologize. We just wish we had better answers for you. With the basketball game, top of the key, where was Duncan? Watson now has got to make a jump pass to get it to Case to avoid a turnover. 6 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Duncan top of the key. Foul will go against Genenbacher. That'll be his second personal of the basketball game. Third of the game against Camp Point. With the basketball on the right side, this is Case. Gets it down to dunk into the post. He's double teamed, gets loose, and they say that'll be a foul on Camp Point underneath as they were trying to go for the steal. Panthers foul is going to go against number 24. That's going to be Drew Pabin. It'll be Pabin's second personal. Fourth foul. Bacher got called on it. It's going to be a turnover for Camp Point Central. It's going to be their ninth of the basketball game. Macomb's been whistled for 11 turnovers so far. With the basketball now over on the right side, this is Langdon Allen. Gets it back up to Doyle. They work it around to Jeter over on the left side. This is Allen now flashed through the lane. They get it to Doyle instead. Doyle goes in for two in here tonight. Genenbacher with the basketball. Tries to work it down. This is Moore. Three ball from the right wing. No good. Up and fighting for the rebound. Comes down into the hands of Case. Case is going to push it now as he gets it back up to Jeter. And they say that'll get to Watson as he was caught behind the time stripe. With the basketball now, works it over. This is Doyle again. Now tries and loses his footing. He falls on the floor. Everybody's on the floor. Doyle gets it now, gets it back up. This is Kerr. Goes baseline against Moore, and they say he'll step on the out-of-bounds line. It'll be a turnover again on Macomb. That's their 13th.
Illinois for a face-to-fact appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Back to live action here as Macomb took the timeout. 38-29 basketball game. It'll be Panther basketball. They've got the length of the court to go, and Macomb's going to come out with the ball game as Carter Eiler puts it down in for two. Give him 10 points on the evening. Watson loses his footing. It's a turnover, and here comes Genenbacher. Genenbacher with it on the run. Stops, pulls it up, now gets it to Wiskirk. Turnover for Macomb is their 14th of the night. 2:27 left to go. Panthers up by 11 and looking to burn a little bit of time here. Augusta Southeastern is the 2. As Watson tries to tip it away on the backdoor cut, couldn't find it there as now Pabin remains in possession of it. Gets it, Camp Point looking to pull away. It's a 42-29 ball game as Carter Eiler's got a dozen. With the basketball now over is Jeter. Jeter works it around to the left side now. This is Kerr. Back up to Watson. He'll take a three from the volleyball line. Bounces off the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Genenbacher, and they say it'll be a jump ball as Kerr was able to get his hands on it. Possession arrow remains with Macomb with 1:36 left to go. Camp Point trying to close out on their 23rd win of the season. Watson gets it into Jeter. Jeter goes up the block. One-hand shot is good. It's a 42-31.
Provider of federal crop insurance for over 20 years. Go Eagles!
Back to live action. 1:18 left to go here in the contest. Camp Point Central up by 11 over the Macomb Bombers. In a game of two teams with each over 20 wins already here on the season and 1 week left in the regular season to go. Genenbacher will be the inbounds man. Gets it now back out to Pabin. He's got to avoid a double team as now Camp Point Central works through the press. This is Eiler back over to Moore. Cross-court pass almost tipped away, and it is, and it's stolen by Kerr. Kerr's going to go in for the layup. Nolan Kerr gets the larceny in the layup. 2 more points, and it's going to be a 42-33 basketball game. Give Kerr 6 points on the night. Less than a minute now. Jeter tried to go in for the steal, and they'll whistle him for the foul instead. For Jeter, that'll be his first personal. Should be team foul number 6 against the Bombers. Genenbacher will be the inbounds man. 55 seconds left to go. Panthers will be in bonus for the remainder of this clock. They lead by 9. Watson almost got a hand on it. Pushed Pabin out of the way, and Watson's going to get the foul. For Connor Watson, that'll be his third personal. It'll be the 7th of the half against Macomb. And that's going to put Pabin up to the free throw line here for bonus shots. Gang, you wouldn't believe it. Based on the way this basketball game has gone, these are just literally, and I kid you not, the 3rd and 4th free throws shot in the ball game tonight. Nick Moore shot 2 in the first quarter. We have not shot any since. First one's up, no good. Rebound comes down to Jeter. Jeter with the basketball, brings it across the time stripe, pulls up, drives into the lane. This is Kerr, 3 ball from the left wing, off the back of the glass, no good. Duncan tried to get the tip-in rebound, he missed. And now up again is Kerr. Kerr will get the basketball, and Jeremy Anderson wants a timeout. It's a 42-35 basketball game. We'll keep it right here. And let's get the game reset for you with 40 seconds left to go. For Kerr, that is his 8th point of the evening. It's a 42-35 ball game. Camp Point Central is in bonus for the remainder of this one. Camp Point's only been whistled for 4 fouls. It has been a fast game. This game got started probably just a little bit after 7:30, or maybe 7:20. We had senior night activities beforehand, and the JV game went its full entirety. This has been a very fast basketball game. As we told you, those were just the 3rd and 4th free throws of the entire game shot tonight. And the biggest thing for Macomb hasn't shot a free throw. I don't know any other way to say it. They haven't shot a free throw. They haven't been to the free throw line tonight. It's been a very interesting game defensively. There's been a lot of touches, a lot of deflections. This has been a very well-played defensive ball game on both sides. It's also been a very, very clean ball game. Second timeout whistle gets blown as Camp Point will reset here. They're going to look to inbound the basketball. Once again, 40 seconds left to go. It's a 42-35 ball game. As Genenbacher will be the inbounds man. It'll be full court pressure here again from Macomb. With the basketball now as he can run the baseline, they'll get it into Moore. Moore gets it away. Now Genenbacher's in a foot race with Watson. Outruns him now. 35 seconds left to go. They kick it back out to Moore. Moore is going to get fouled there as he gets fouled by Kerr. For Kerr, it'll be his 3rd personal. Team foul number 8 of the ball game here against Macomb. Moore will be the free throw shooter. He's 1 of 2 on the night. Also has 8 points on the evening. Has not scored in quite a while. Free throw goes off the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Jeter. 30 seconds. Foul's going to go against Connor Watson. That's going to be Watson's 4th personal. It's team number 9 now for Macomb. Next foul, should we get there, we'll put Camp Point in the double bonus. As now Paven's going to go to the line. He shot one at front end of the 1-and-1 and missed. This is his 2nd opportunity. Free throw in and good. Paven gets the free throw down. That's his 1st point of the evening. Camp Point trying to close this one out and improve to 23-4 and remain undefeated.
Choice.
Macomb took the timeout as JT Jeter was able to get the quick layup. He's got 6 points on the evening. It's a 43-37 ball game. Next foul for Macomb is going to put Camp Point at the line for double bonus. Camp Point again only has committed 4 fouls here in the 2nd half. Macomb has not again shot a free throw in the basketball game. Genenbacher will be the inbounds man. Now tosses it into Eiler. It's tipped out of bounds. No time will actually go off the clock. And the Panthers will go to 2nd try at it. Genenbacher, the inbounds man. Tries to get it in. Now it gets tipped away. And the clock still runs. They let it a little extra time. And they say that's going to be Camp Point Central basketball. Macomb fans not happy about it. And now James Barnett asking the guys at the scorers table if he's got a timeout left. He's going to take it. We'll take it too. It's 43-37. We'll be back here in a minute.
If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Derek Harris, can help you build a strategy to help your finances keep up with your needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois for a face-to-fact appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
When you're ready to make your dream kitchen a reality, find inspiration at Pike County Lumber in Pittsfield. It starts with a 3D design so you can see your kitchen from every angle. Each detail, from the flooring to the countertops to the cabinets, are designed for your lifestyle. The team will explain the strengths of each product so your finished kitchen will last for generations. Whatever your needs, an island for entertaining, no maintenance quartz countertops, storage for all your seasonal items. From start to finish, trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
Back to live action here. It's going to be Camp Point basketball. They've got 16 seconds to whittle away here. They've got a 6-point lead. This, not too long ago, was about an 11 or 12-point ball game. They get it into Wiskirchen now, and Wiskirchen will get fouled in the backcourt by Langdon Allen. For Allen, that'll be his second personal foul. And Briar Wiskirchen's going to go to the line here for double bonus. Wiskirchen's had a nice night shooting the basketball. He's got 8 points on the evening. He's knocked down 2 triples as well. He'll go to the line for 2 attempts, trying to ice this one away here for the Camp Point Central Panthers. First one's up, bounces in and out of the rim. It's not been a great night at the free throw line for Camp Point. They haven't shot a lot of free throws, but they haven't made a lot of free throws either for the ones they have tried. With the basketball, Wiskirchen will line up and eye the second one this evening, though. First one is up, rolls around, no good for Genenbacher. Elijah Genenbacher is going to check into the ball game along with Gavin Blewett, as a couple of seniors are going to take a seat to a well-deserved applause as Briar Wiskirchen and Carter Eiler take a seat here tonight. Genenbacher will line up for the second one. Second one up off good. Rebounds coming down to Allen. He'll heave one.
85-2113, extension 3950 to schedule an appointment.
Rewards checking, I'm not sure if there's a better checking account around.
They have 3 requirements each month, and if they meet those requirements, we will pay right now.
At this time, it is a very generous 4.07 APY.
As far as ID Secure goes,
it gives you protection with credit monitoring, cell phone protection.
Prevent identity theft at a reasonable cost.
It's watching out for you.
And every 90 days you get an update on it. So the peace of mind of that's very nice.
Luke and Aaron Fessler at Fessler Insurance are here to help you with all of your insurance needs. Fessler Insurance, a Country Financial agency, provides life, health, auto, home, and farm insurance. Trust your insurance needs to the local folks at Fessler Insurance. Call for a quote today at 217-285-4429 or stop by at 1165 West Washington Street in Pittsfield for Fessler Insurance.
Camp Point Central wins this one 44-37 here tonight. You've reached the Illini Community Hospital postgame show. Illini Community Hospital, serving the community since 1942 with excellent healthcare services, primary and specialty care, emergency medicine, and more. Illini is here to serve you and your family. Learn more about their services at IlliniHospital.org. Well, it was an interesting ball game here tonight, as not a lot of free throws were shot until about the last 2 minutes. And even then, Camp Point wasn't able to make many of those, but they're able to hold on to a 44-37 ball game as a furious comeback from Macomb falls just a little bit short. Final scoring here tonight for the Camp Point Central Panthers. Nick Moore finishes with 8 points. Briar Wiskirchen finishes with 9. Drew Paben finishes with 1 point. Isaac Genenbacher finishes with 12, and Carter Eiler finishes with 12 tonight as well. Camp Point Central committed 9 turnovers on the evening. On the other side for the Macomb Bombers, Connor Watson finishes with 3 points. JT Jeter with 6. Langdon Allen finishes with 2. Nolan Kerr with 8. Jack Duncan finishes with 8 points. And Dion Doyle, the high point man tonight for the Macomb Bombers, with 10. Macomb committed 14 turnovers on the evening. We'll take one more quick break. When we come back, it's the Derek Harris, Edward Jones Financial Advisor Player of the Game. You're watching the postgame show here live on Central Illinois Sports.
If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? Your Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Derek Harris, can help you build a strategy to help your finances keep up with your needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois for a face-to-face appointment. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Dear Western Grain Service is your progressive feed and grain resource for Western Illinois. They offer a full range of feed products for all species and many grain merchandising opportunities with locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Western Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461 or on the web at dearwesterngrain.com.
Time for our Derek Harris, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, player of the game here on Central Illinois Sports. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement that our young athletes receive from their coaches, parents, teachers, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor, understands this, and that's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. Player of the game tonight is going to go to Carter Eiler. The big man inside finishes with 12 points. Several of them needed as the Camp Point was really looking for answers on the outside against that stingy Macomb defense, and Eiler was able to start putting points in the bucket on the inside for Camp Point Central. For Camp Point, they're going to improve to 23-4 on the season. Macomb drops to 23-6. It's their first loss in 13 games in Bomber Country. We remind you we'll be back with a couple of more broadcasts coming up next week. In the last week of the regular season, regional quarterfinals begin on Saturday. We'll start piecing together our coverage plan and tell you all about it coming up on our Facebook and Twitter channels. And, of course, we'll be right here from Camp Point Central. We'll probably be over at Payson Seymour as well. And then, of course, we are excited to tell you we have coverage of the Bushnell Prairie City sectional along with the Hardin Calhoun sectional. Of course, we'll have the Super sectional at the Bowl at the JHS Gym at Jacksonville coming up here on the road to Champaign. My name is Brian Shoemaker. We thank you all for joining us tonight and putting up with some technical difficulties. We'll try and get those fixed before our next broadcast. For Gavin Hilgenbrink here on the cameras and the technical aspects tonight, we thank you for spending some hard-earned time with us this evening watching on Central Illinois Sports. Camp Point Central wins 44-37. You've been watching a Central Illinois Sports production.